smoking, are you, darling? I'm nearly asleep.
Last cigarette.
One of these days, we'll both go up in smoke.
But not tonight. The light's still on, Georgina.
Take my book. Don't lose the place, will you?
Oh, well. Good night, Mother.
Faites les beaux rêves.
And you too, darling.
The phone's off the hook again, darling. The phone's off the hook.
No, I don't think so.
Yes, I can hear it. You're deaf, darling. Please fix it.
You were right.
Aren't you going to speak to me, Noel? Sir Noel?
You have the wrong number.
I think not. We were watching you. You failed to go to the bank today.
I'm sorry. I can't help you.
You will go first thing in the morning.
I'm through with giving.
When you have collected the money, we will tell you where to go.
I shall go nowhere.
Oh, yes, you will. I have read your horoscope. Tomorrow you will be going on a journey.
Yes, indeed, Drake. I've followed your career with fascination. You have a remarkable record of success.
I'm flattered, General Carteret, that someone in your position could find time to take an interest.
Nothing but unreserved admiration for you, Drake, and believe me, I do not flatter. Tell me, what are you up to at the moment?
A little research.
Pressing stuff?
More depressing than pressing, I would say.
A cigar.
Thank you.
A little vacation wouldn't go amiss, eh? Here, let me cut it for you. You're very happy in the ministry job, aren't you, Drake?
Yes, I am.
I mean, you wouldn't want to transfer, would you?
No.
I think you'll find that'll smoke well. Never pierce, Drake, always cut. How about a fortnight in Paris? All expenses paid. It's April, too.
I don't know that my department would appreciate my hopping over to Paris without reason, even in April.
Would you care to leave that to me?
What game are we playing, General?
Game?
Yes, what are the strings? I'm sorry, but I'm cynical enough to believe that you have a motive for sending me to Paris other than to enjoy the spring.
It's a delicate situation, Drake.
Concerning yourself, sir?
No, actually, Sir Noel Blanchard.
Your brother-in-law?
Yes, my brother-in-law.
He lives in Paris, doesn't he?
He's resident there at the present time, yes.
A delicate situation or not, General,
Well, it's a word that sticks in my throat, to be quite honest with you. It's... Noel is being blackmailed.
Yes, that is a nauseating business.
I want the blackmailer's clause removed. I want him rendered harmless. If a breath of scandal got out, it would kill my sister.
As well as ruining you, General.
Noel has an apartment near the Quai d'Orsay. I'll give him a ring tonight and tell him to expect you.
I don't know whether I can get away, General. This is a personal affair of yours. I'd have to discuss it with my department first.
I'd rather you didn't, Drake. I've already spoken to them. They've granted you indefinite leave.
Have they? From when?
From today. And Drake, absolute discretion. Hmm?
Mr. Drake? No, lady. Thank you. Good evening, Lady Blanchard.
Good evening, Mr. Drake.
Sir Noel wants to see me.
Is it business or pleasure?
Business.
Important?
To him, yes.
Well, then you'd better wait for him. He should have been back an hour ago. Would you care for a sherry?
Oh, thank you.
We haven't met before, have we? You look strangely like somebody I was introduced to at the Morgans' party at St. Moritz.
No, Lady Blanchard, we haven't met. I'd have remembered.
You won't keep my husband too long, will you? We have a tedious engagement this evening. We'll have to change in a hurry as it is.
Well, that rather depends on Sir Noel, doesn't it?
Politics?
Yes, politics. I hope the evening isn't too dull.
I wonder if you can appreciate how utterly boring it can be trying to be amusing with a German vocabulary of only 200 words. I shall eat too much.
Why don't you drink too much?
Oh, no. That would be too revealing. I start swearing.
In German?
In French.
Darling. Oh. I'm sorry I'm late, but the meeting went on and on.
You know Mr. Drake, no?
We haven't actually met, but I've heard a great deal about him. How do you do, Mr. Drake?
How do you do?
Darling, you will be as quick as possible. We're due at the embassy in half an hour, so that only gives you 10 minutes. Will you please excuse me?
Of course. If you're pressed for time, we could talk tomorrow.
No, Mr. Drake, we'll talk now. Tomorrow I'm due to make another payment.
Just why are you being blackmailed, Sir Noel?
Didn't General Cartwright tell you?
No.
Have a little more sherry.
No, thank you. Why don't you go to the police? The French are most sympathetic towards people who are being blackmailed.
However discreet they were, the story would get out. You may not realize, Mr. Drake, but I'm very important to our country here in Europe. I'm not boasting. It's a fact. Like many talented men, I have from time to time given way to certain weaknesses.
And if the secret of these weaknesses came out, then you would have to resign.
Yes, I expect I would.
As a security risk.
Absurd as it may seem, yes. We must not let that happen.
Why not? All potential blackmail victims are security risks, are they not?
I just explained. The job I'm doing here is too important.
The more important the job, the greater the risk. Why are you being blackmailed?
It doesn't matter why.
I think it does. Very well, then. Who is blackmailing you?
I don't know.
Who instructs you where and when to deliver the money? Who does that?
A woman. She telephones me.
Young? Old?
Young, I imagine. And French. She speaks with a slight accent.
How much do you pay?
Always 20,000 francs.
How many payments have you made?
Tomorrow will be the 5th. The day after I receive the money from the bank, I have to stay at home until they call. Then I have to go out immediately to the place they name. There I receive another telephone call or message. They then move me on from place to place, each time giving me new instructions.
Then we'll have to outwit them. How do you pack the money?
In bundles of 10,000. Like this. I have to roll them up in this bag.
I'll take one of these, if I may. I'll be back early tomorrow morning with a plan of campaign before the young lady telephones.
Mr. Drake, General Cartwright tells me you're extremely adept in these matters. I want you to appreciate how grateful I am for your help.
Thank you. Your brother-in-law made it perfectly clear that I didn't have much choice in the matter. There's the little laddie boy.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
Well, we have to catch them, don't we? So we have to take a calculated risk. You pay them the correct amount on 4 occasions. I don't think they'll count this till they get home, by which time it'll be too late.
I'm in your hands, Drake.
Yes, indeed you are, Sir Noel. Now, here's the transmitting device, and the microphone just clipped behind the handkerchief there. Now, they'll be watching you, so be careful that they don't see you talking.
Hello?
Good morning, Sir Noel. We have an appointment this morning.
We had. But I don't think I can go on with this.
You will leave your house immediately. You will turn left and keep walking straight along the pavement. Keep your eyes on the outside edge of it. You will come to a place where 3 small chalk circles are marked on the edge of the pavement in red, white, and blue. There will be a car parked by them. The key will be in the ignition. Get in and drive away immediately. Your instructions will be on the wheel.
Good luck.
Hello, Drake. I hope you're hearing me. I have my instructions. I have to take the N3 out of Paris and then branch off northeast at La Ferté. Exactly 3 kilometers after Château-Thierry. There's a minor road beside a copse. It's to the right. I turn down it and find my instructions in a little stone building beside a bridge. Don't let me down. Once I've seen the gadget of yours and the money, I'm sunk.
Good morning, Mr. Drake.
Good morning, Lady Blanchard.
How are you today?
Extremely well, thank you.
I'm fascinated to know why you locked the study door.
Because your husband asked me to.
How mysterious.
That's not really.
I find it so.
I must be going.
Can't I tempt you to a cup of coffee?
Very kind of you, but I'm already late for a previous appointment, Lady
Mr.
Vanderbilt.
Drake.
Yes?
I suppose I may have the key.
Yes, I'd love to give it to you, but your husband did specifically ask that I give it to him. Yes. Goodbye, Lady Vanderbilt. Thanks so much.
Hello, Drake. My instructions are now to drive to the third track on the right. I drive as far as I can, and another message awaits me there. They've beaten us. The money's strapped to the back of a dog. He's swimming across the river. They'll find your gadget among the money, and that's the end of me. I knew it was a terrible risk to take.
Good afternoon.
You were the man in the car.
Yes, that's right. May I come in?
No, you may not. What is this?
I was hoping that you'd be able to tell me.
I don't know what you're talking about. Go away, monsieur.
The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of many things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of cabbages and of kings. Well, not kings exactly. Perhaps the aristocracy, particularly knights, especially one knight, Sir Noel Blanchard. Thank you.
What have you to do with Sir Noel?
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. With all the money you're getting out of him, you should be doing better than this.
I don't understand.
Stop trying to play the innocent. You haven't the face for it. Not that I wish to imply that you're, unattractive. On the contrary, you're very beautiful. Very beautiful to someone with sophisticated taste. Where is it?
Where is what? I don't know what you're talking about.
I knew Sir Noel in London. Oh, not personally, you understand. Let's just say that I knew about his little weaknesses. These furnished places are always done in atrocious taste, don't you think?
What about Sir Noel?
I followed him to Paris. Where is it?
You can't go in there.
What's that? This is a most disappointing discovery, but then I suppose I should have expected it. A woman can live no more by bread alone than can man.
Give me that!
No. You must avoid becoming emotional. It's very dangerous. It's wide open. What's your name? Mine's Castling, Derek Castling. Had all the benefits of a higher education, which accounts for my passion for pleasure and my aversion to work. I'd say there were about 20,000 francs here.
What are you doing, Monsieur Castling?
I don't mind sharing with you. Do call me Derek.
Sharing?
Yes, you see, I went to an enormous amount of trouble to gather the evidence on Sir Noel, and just about when I'm to commence operations, I discover another parasite has preempted. I'd say 50-50 was fair, was true?
I think you're a very clever man, Monsieur Castling, but...
I won't get away with it?
No.
Sometime in the future, fate may just catch up with me.
I think perhaps it already has. Who are you?
Chonyak Nia. Sit down, please.
were those men?
I was about to ask you the same question.
How did you know where the money was? How did you know to find this?
Questions. You don't expect answers, do you?
You are an
Exasperating?
exasperating man.
Yes, I am. I am inquisitive, idle, greedy, ambitious, but also very, very clever. And apart from thinking you beautiful, I think you are extremely sympathetic. You need me.
I do not need you.
Still, we've talked enough about me. We haven't talked about you for quite some time now. What is your name? You never told me, did you? Monique? Jacqueline? Brigitte? Simone.
Yes, Simone.
Yes, Simone. You better watch out, Simone, or the Sûreté will pay you a visit. And French prisons are not your style at all, are they?
I have no intention.
More trouble?
Perhaps.
Well, I'm glad to have been of assistance, mademoiselle. I just suggest now that you call the police. Well, there's no need for that, monsieur. No need at all. I promise you.
What is this, Simon? Well, Simon?
Two men broke in here. You can see what they have done.
Aren't you?
Oh, I just happened to be passing, and I heard mademoiselle screaming.
This gentleman came to my assistance.
You fought with these men, monsieur?
What? More of a scuffle, really, I suppose. Do you mind if I have a cigarette? My nerves are still a little bit.
What were these men like?
Sort of young. Very tough.
Did they take anything?
They got some of the money.
From the case, huh?
Yes. Fortunately, that is when we were interrupted by this gentleman.
We are indebted to you, monsieur.
Oh, it's nothing. It's duty of a citizen. Nothing more, I assure you. Why don't you make yourself comfortable? Did you help yourself to a drink?
Two, thanks.
Ah, good.
I thought you were supposed to be on holiday.
I am.
You call these holiday snaps?
Developed them. Good. What have you got?
Something with a flavor. Something that smacks.
Something gamey?
Yeah, I'd say so. This character is Sergei Streckler, defected to the West about 6 months ago.
That's interesting. What was his job out there?
Minor clerk in intelligence.
6 months ago. Now, how did he form a blackmail organization at that time? Where did he get his information?
This is girl.
Yes.
Perhaps she collected it.
No, that doesn't make sense.
She has the equipment.
Yes, and she's bright enough, but why would she share all her secrets with a defecting Russian clerk? If she wanted a partner, she could have picked one of the local boys or somebody in the game.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, where did he get all the information? Maybe he brought it with him?
He's to a fellow countryman holding minor posts in their embassy here.
Yes, a defector followed by his own people. James, do you speak Russian?
That's the principal reason why I keep my job.
When these two boys broke into her apartment, they said something, Chorniak Nika, something like that. Does that make any sense?
No.
Does it mean anything?
Well, it could mean the Black Book.
Black Book? Why the Black Book? I suppose that's what they were after.
How did you know where to find me?
I came here late last night, but you're out.
How did you know where to find me?
Well, it's simple. I'm an up-to-date crook, whereas your friend Sergei is not, which is why you're going to ditch him and come to me. Aren't you going to ask me to sit down?
He'll be back at any moment. If you're wise, you'll get out now.
He's only just left.
He'll be back. You want to be careful. He's a dangerous man.
In what way?
He's insanely jealous. He is also insanely greedy.
You frighten me.
Why don't you get out and leave me alone?
Did Sergei explain to you about the visitors to the apartment the other day?
I detest you.
They're after him, you know. That's why he brought you to this little hideaway, isn't it?
Give me a cigarette.
They'll find him, you know. Sergei is already living on borrowed time.
I hate you.
You know, Simone, there's a saying about hate. It's a close relative of another emotion. Well, what is it then?
You're after Sergei's little secrets. You want to go into business on your own.
But in partnership with you, Simone, in partnership. So, what about the little black book?
I won't give it to you. Anyway, I don't know where it is.
Well, I think we should find it before Sergei's little fellows get it back.
He's going to hide it now. I asked him where, and he said that it would be better if I did not know.
Really?
Mm. There's only one thing for me to do. I made up my mind last night.
What is that?
Get out of this mess.
Are you leaving, Sergei?
Yes. You were right. French prisons are not my style. Neither are those men.
You know, you're making a considerable mistake, Simone. You're throwing away your fortune and mine.
Look, I'm a practical woman. I know that luck can only run a certain distance. I can read the signs. You take my advice, Monsieur Castling.
I have a marvelous plan, Simone, and I'm absolutely certain it would work.
You're wasting your breath. I won't change my mind.
No. I don't think you will. Oh, well, I just have to go it alone then, won't I?
If you really find me attractive as a woman, come with me.
Where are you going?
I don't know. A holiday first, perhaps. On the Adriatic.
It's a pity. For the first time in my life, I shall have to resist temptation.
Money's your only love.
Maybe it is. Bye, Simone.
Entree.
Mr. Drake, lady.
Good morning, Mr. Drake. You are an early riser.
I always seem to call inconveniently. I do apologize.
Please don't. Sit down. This morning you're in time for coffee.
Thank you.
Do you think, Mr. Drake, that people who are married should have secrets?
Well, I'm the last person to ask, being a bachelor.
You're a provoking man. Perhaps I'm over-inquisitive.
None of us bears too close an investigation, Lady Blanchard.
Tell me something. What is the business between you and my husband?
Good morning, Drake.
Oh, morning, Sir Earl.
Shall we go into my study?
No, please, let Mr. Drake finish his coffee here in peace. I'll leave you two. Perhaps we could finish our talk some other time.
Certainly.
Well, Drake, you said you were coming to see me right away. That was 2 days ago. What's been going on?
I was busy. Oh, by the way, I've traced the woman and her associate.
What's that?
Half your blood money.
How'd you get it back?
It's a short story. I haven't time to tell you. Just stick these back in the middle and they'll be as good as new.
The money's not important. I want the names of these two people. Where can they be found?
Sorry, I can't tell you that.
Why not?
When I came into this business, I thought it was a simple case of blackmail, if blackmail ever can be simple. It was none of my business, and I only did it because your brother asked me to, and because it would have been unwise to refuse. And I now find that it is very much my business and the business of my department, and the secrets of my department cannot be divulged to anyone.
Then you will call General Carteret in London now and give him the names.
On an open line.
And come to the embassy.
As a matter of interest, what action do you think the General would take if I called him and gave him the names?
That's better. Shall we go?
I said if. Knowing the General, he's quite capable of having them quietly put out of the way as a simple method of extricating you and his sister from a most embarrassing situation.
That is an outrageous suggestion, Drake.
The outrageous becomes more normal every day. Didn't he use me for his own personal ends? Why should he stop there?
General Carteret sent you here with specific instructions. The job's done. It's your duty to report to him.
Oh, that's where you're wrong. It's not done.
Drake, I must remind you, you're in no position to cross General Carteret.
That may be so, but I will.
Don't you think you overestimate your importance? We're all replaceable.
If it's any consolation to you, Sir Noel, you are not the only one involved in this.
Then this will lead to an inquiry.
No doubt about it.
Then it must be hushed up. My job here is far too important.
Don't you think you're overestimating your own importance, Sir Noel? After all, we're all replaceable.
Drake?
Yes?
I should think about this very carefully if I were you.
I have. Eating my breakfast now?
Well, you weren't here.
I want you to do something for me.
Maybe.
Call that number and say in your very best Russian, unless you produce the black book within 12 hours, we will kill you.
That's to the point.
Repeat the dose every hour.
What are you trying to do?
Soften up a deflector.
Nyam Chonyuk Nigu Chifteni Fasnichizov Wivasubium.
Simon?
The Englishman. You were pointing that thing at me last time we met. You didn't need it then, and you don't need it now.
What are you doing here? What do you want?
I've come to offer you a rewarding business proposition, and if you let me in for a minute, we could talk about it.
Who are you? Why do you follow me?
Simon?
I went out this morning. When I came back, her clothes were gone. Her suitcase was gone. Everything of hers was gone.
Except that.
Except this.
I came here this morning. I saw Simone. I tried to talk her into helping me to steal the black book from you. You see, I want to use it myself.
Simone told you about me?
But everything she knew, but then I was pretty well informed before I came.
You know where she is? She's with you.
No, she's not with me. That's why I'm here. I want to buy the black book.
Do you know where she is?
Somewhere on the Adriatic, having a holiday, I think.
Yeah. She took all of my money.
All the more reason why you should listen to my proposition then, isn't it?
You could not afford to pay for my book. You could not have enough money.
Can the men who came to your last apartment afford to pay?
How do you know so much?
Or maybe you will have to pay their price.
If my English had not been so good, I would not be in this situation. Because of my English, they transferred me to the Department of Confidential Reports on English-speaking peoples. I filed all the scandalous information, you see. Information that would make it possible for us to blackmail Westerners into giving us secret information. I began to see how some of you English and Americans lived. How you enjoy yourselves. All the drinks, all the women, all the parties, everything.
And you felt you were missing out?
So much pleasure, you see. So much pleasure. Seeing how life was lived elsewhere day after day, it awoke my blood, all my emotions.
So you stole the information and ran away?
I'm here because of my English and the unhappy nature of my glands.
Aren't you going to answer that? So, will you do a deal with me, Sergei?
Where would she go on the Adriatic?
Venice, possibly. Perhaps Rimini?
The book is my living. I need a lot of money, otherwise life is pointless.
500,000 francs.
What's that amount of money?
Well, I can get it.
Cash?
Of course.
You get the money, I give you the book.
Is it far away?
Outside Paris. How long it take you to get the money?
Well, half an hour.
So soon? Where can I call you?
I'll give you a number.
I shall call you in an hour's time and tell you where I shall pick you up.
Do I need my car?
No. I shall bring you back. You will give me the money now.
When you produce the book, then we'll make the exchange.
As you like. It's a formality. There's nothing. There are rats here. Come down, my friend. There is no one.